ਅਸੀਂ ਧੰਨਵਾਦੀ ਹਾਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਆਨਰੇਬਲ ਐਡਮਿਨ ਨੈਨੋ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਏ ਹੈ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਿਕਿਉਰਿਟੀ ਦੀ ਪੂਰੀ ਅਸ਼ੋਰੈਂਸ ਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ ਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਵਕਤ ਕਿਸੇ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦੀ ਵੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੋਏਗੀ ਅਗਰ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਐਨੀ ਕਾइंड ऑफ सिक्योरिटी ਵੀ ਨੀਡ ਇਟ ਇਜ਼ ਆਲ ਫॉर ਅਸ। ਦੂਸਰੀ ਗੱਲ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੁਣੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਭਾਈ ਜੀ ਗੁਰਮੁਖ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਦੱਸ ਰਹੇ ਸੀ ਬੜੀ ਹੀ ਅੱਛੀ ਗੱਲ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਦੱਸੀ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਭ ਇੱਕ ਪਿਤਾ ਦੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਹਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਪਿਤਾ ਇੱਕ ਕਸਕੇ ਅੰਬਾਰ ਤੇ ਇਹ ਪਾਣਾ ਹੈ ਉਸ ਦਾ ਮੰਨਣਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਵੀਟ ਇਜ਼ ਥਾਈ ਵਿਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਮੰਨੀਏ ਜਾਂ ਨਾ ਮੰਨੀਏ ਮਗਰ ਇਹ ਪਾਣਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਰੱਬ ਦਾ। ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਸਿਰਫ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਵਿਛੜ ਗਈਆਂ ਸਰੀਰਕ ਤੌਰ 'ਤੇ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਚਰਨਾਂ 'ਚ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਆਪਣੀ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ 'ਤੇ ਅਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਭ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਭ ਨੂੰ ਪਾਣਾ ਮੰਨਣ ਦਾ ਹਿੰਮਤ ਬਖਸ਼ਣ ਇਹੋ ਸ਼ਬਦਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਮੈਂ ਸਮਾਪਤ ਕਰਨਾ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ
ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਜੋਰੀ ਜੀ। ਵਿਕਾਸ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਬਰਗਰ ਦੇ ਪੀਰ ਸਰਦਾਰ ਸੁੰਦਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਕੱਲ
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। First of all, we are as a community thankful to all the leaders from different walks, from different societies gathered here to share the pain and sorrow of our community. Yes, we are lacking a lot of things. We could not tell the people who we are, what is our message to the world. As Guruji says, we are one, we believe in one God. We don't consider anybody black or white. All the human beings are the same, and we practice for the peace of the world. Of course, the people gathered there was just to pray for the universal peace, but I don't know what was in their mind to kill the innocent people like this. So we feel very sorry for that, and thank you very much for your support. Thank you.
ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਹੈ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਕੁਲਰਾਜ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ।
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। The tragedy happened in Milwaukee. It is really very sad, but I am very much concerned. However, I have been reassured regarding the securities. My children, they were very much scared that in the Lady Liberty land, it could happen to any Gurdwara and anywhere because this kind of crazy people around us. So I would like to ask executive concerned authority that Gurdwaras should be more protected. We, whatever can explain to our children, we will and we will do. But whatever they hear from the media and they come to the Gurdwaras and see there are securities and they are protecting us, it will be very effective. So I again request and ask for more protection. So I hope this voice will be reached to the authority. I want to conclude my speaking. Thank you very much. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
ਕੁਲਰਾਜ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਹੈ। ਪ੍ਰਪਾਲ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ।
ਗੁਰੂ ਰੂਪ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀਓ ਫਤਿਹ ਦਾ ਜਵਾਬ ਫਤਿਹ ਜਣਾਓ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। I ask all of us to close our eyes for a minute. As Americans, in solidarity, all together, Sikh Americans and all Americans, we're gathered here today with heavy hearts. We pray to the Almighty, Waheguru, for the souls of those whose lives were snatched by this senseless and misguided act of violence. I ask that we all stand together to support the victims' families in this hour of need. We must stand together as a nation and realize that we are all one people, united against evil, internal and external. We are one large family, regardless of our background, religion, or country of origin. The Sikh faith teaches us that all are created by the one Lord. Every day, Sikhs all over the world pray for the well-being of everyone and the strength to understand and accept that all events happen under the will of God. Sikhs all over the world thank the Oak Creek Police Department for their heroic actions and the Milwaukee community for their support. Our hearts reach out to Police Officer Brian Murphy for his brave actions and hope he has a speedy recovery. We are also praying for the recovery of those peaceful priests, Punjab Singh and Santokh Singh. We also pray to God that the perpetrator be forgiven for his actions, for he knew not what he did. Manas ki jaat sab hai, ek hai pehchan wo. We say that every morning, every day, every night to our children, and I say to all of you, recognize ye all human beings as one. Such is the message of Guru Nanak. Such is the message of Sikhi. Such is the message of humans all over the world. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Finally, I would request Sonia Babaji say thank और ऐसा डॉक्टर माफ करेंगे फाइनल वर्ड्स इसको बाद कैंडल रीडिंग बात होनी है सो सारे मेन समय के दिन एक सब बार आ जाएंगे सोनिया बाबाजी
वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह कल दी अति दुखद घटना करके अज असीं एकत्रित होए हां we all are deeply shocked about the heinous act of violence that took place yesterday. For what we know now, this crime was committed by an ignorant being. ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੀ ਘਟਨਾ ਸਾਨੂੰ reality ਨਾਲ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਅਵਗਤ ਕਰਾਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ. There is no excuse for this kind of crime, but makes us realize how less people know about our religion, about us, about Sikhism. We are the 5th largest religion in the world, preaching beautiful notions of equality and believing in one God, and many more beautiful notions. People need to know about us. They need to know who we are. छोटी तो छोटी कोशिश भी साड़ी कौम वास्ते बहुत बड़ी मदद हो सकती है. We shouldn't wait for this kind of tragedy to happen in order to realize that we need to be ever ready to bring our religion forward in light in front of our own country, United States of America. It's our home and we should feel safe and secure here. But one despicable act of hate cannot speak for everyone. We also highly commend the heroism, the heroic act from the emergency officers, whether they were cops or from the medical field. They took control over the situation as soon as possible. We are very grateful to them. And at last, but foremost, we share the deep grief of the victims and their loved ones. We are with them in this hour of need. And today's candlelight vigil is one small act of showing that united we stand. We are Sikhs and we are proud of our religion. And at last, I want to thank Mr. Meghana and Kanejori, Chawla uncle, all the board of trustees for taking care of all the arrangements and making us united here so that we can show how together we are. Ek baar jayakara ho jaye. Sat Shri Akal. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
I'd like to thank everybody present here. And there are a lot of speakers here. So without due delay, we want to have a candle vigil outside. I'd like to lead Mr. our Honorable Ed Magano, County Executive, to lead a candle light from here, one candle light from here. So this way we can follow it outside. Before that, Manmeet Lamaji, you have a minute, less than a minute, because he has to leave by 9 o'clock. If you want to come up, Manmeet Lamaji, please. Mombati le aado ji. Our request is the Honorable County Executive is likely to tender the साथ संगत को बेनती है कि प्लीज सारे इत्थे रहन क्योंकि अदन साहब का पाठ हो रहा है अरदास होनी है कैंडल लाइट जेडे नारायण ऑफिशियल वो क्या करेगा बाद ही संता जेडे अरदास तो बाद जाके अपना कैंडल लाइट करते रहेंगे तो फिलहाल काउंटी एग्जीक्यूटिव तो उन्होंने आज जो ऑफिशियल्स आए ने ते कुछ जेडे साडे उनके लीडर्स बाहरों आए ने वो बाहर आ लावन बाकी संता जो आनंद साहब के अरदास तो बाद कैंडल लाइट विजिल वास्ते सारे आएंगे एंड आई वुड आल्सो लाइक टू थैंक Executive Assistant Laura Munafo, who has always been so kind to fit County Executive in the schedule for us. Thank you. Very good, Khalsa. Very good.
Friday.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਸੰਗਤਾਂ ਦੇ ਚਰਨਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਹੈ, ਆਨੰਦ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦਾ ਪਾਠ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ और उस तो बाद सारे कैंडल में बात कर लिए और हम बेनती है अरदास में शामिल होंगे। राम कली महला तीजा आनंद ओंकार सतगुरु प्रसाद आनंद तेरा मेरी माए सतगुरु मैं पाया सतगुरु का पाया सैन सेठी राग रतन परवार परियां शब्द गाने अन्याय शब्दों गाओ हरि तेरा मंजरी बसाया कहे नानक आनंद हुआ सतगुरु मैं पाया मन मेरे आत्म सदा रो वरनाले वरनाल रो तुम मन मेरे दुख सब विसारना अंगीकारो करे तेरा कार्य सब सवारना सबना गला समरथ स्वामी सो तुम विसारी कहे नानक मन मेरे सदा रो हरनाले साचे साहिबा क्या नहीं का तेरा सब कुछ है जिसने सो पावे सदा सिर सदा तेरी नाम मन वसावे नानक के वसिया वाजे शब्द मेरे कहे नानक सच्चे साहिब क्या नहीं का तेरा सच्चा नाम मेरा आधार साच नाम हर मेरा हाँ सब वन्या कर शांत सुख मन आय वस्या जिन इच्छा सब गुजन्या सदा कुर्बान पिता तो दुनिया उड़िया कह नाम सुन संतोष शब्द प्यारो साचा नाम मेरा आधार बाजे पंच शब्द घर सुबह शब्द बाजे राज सरदारिया पंच काल मारिया
Make sure boil in water right away.
That's no problem. That's a major thing.
That's me.
सारे सिमरन इकट्ठे करो जिन्हें करना है। I want to take 2 minutes. Let's just all focus our energy. Guys, I just want to pay attention for a minute. The reason we're here today, guys, please, we need a couple of minutes of quiet. I want to make sure that we at least all understand the reason we're all here today is to really, at this point, look inwardly and outside and understand the message of the Guru to all sects and all people. The message that every day that we pray for the well-being of all of his creation. Not Sikh, not Christian, not Muslim, not Hindu. Doesn't matter whether you believe in religion at all. Even if you have no belief in God, the Sikh way of life teaches that all should be taken care of. All have to be respected. All have to be loved and cared for. The way of God and the way of Sikhs is to forgive, is to remember that every action that's happening that we may perceive as positive or negative, as good or bad, is happening in the will of God. It's happening in the will of the one Creator. We, although it hurts, although it's painful, two things we want to make sure we all focus on today. One is that our feelings, our emotions, our thoughts, our prayers be with the families of those who lost their lives in this senseless act. We must remember that although their lives are gone, we must all ask together that their souls, as is the Sikh way of life, be united with the Lord, and that they be at peace. At the same time, when we stand here and meditate together, as we were just doing, we are remembering what a great Lord, what a wonderful Lord the Creator is. For He gave us this life. He gives us everything we hold sacred, everything we hold dear. It is very painful, and the pain affects every one of us. I have spoken to Sikhs, non-Sikhs, Christians, Hindus, Muslims, everybody united today is pained by this action. There is no American, no individual in the world who ever wants pain for anyone. All we want is peace and the well-being of all. After 9/11, Sikhs gathered just like today, and we prayed for the souls of those who were victims in the World Trade Center. We prayed for months, we prayed for years, we prayed today for their souls, for their families to be able to deal with the pain. In the same way, we pray to God for understanding and direction so we can cure this sort of internal violence turned against our own. We have to, at this point, stand together united in prayer with love and respect for each other, not just today, but forever. We have to make sure that the lesson learned today holds for all people. This kind of act can never happen to any people in the world again. Not just in a place of worship, but anywhere in the world. Every child, parent, woman, man must be respected, must be loved. As a Sikh, I see no Christian, I see no Jew, I see no Hindu, I see no Sikh. I see the creation of the one Lord, and I see the Lord within all. That one message, since 9/11,